Big Thunder lead, even with, and so it's a 20-point advantage here with 12 minutes to go.
Well, I'm loving the pace that they're playing with. Just not allowing the Pacers to set up their defense. It's keeping their big man Miles Turner on the bench right now.
Shea spins and scores on the turnaround as he sat the majority of the third quarter. And SGA now with 24 in the game.
He's always scoring in a crowd.
Here's Thomas Bryant making his first appearance of the game here in the second half. Dort, step back, mismatch. And Dort drains another one from...
Made the big man feel uncomfortable.
And when Lou Dort, who's a very streaky shooter at times, has it going, he will launch with consistency as Nembhard again able to... 19 points for Dort. SGA looking for a little more, and he's got a little more on the step back three.
I know he likes to drive the basketball. Yeah, but he's also a pretty good three-point shooter. Pacing Wallace just picks the pocket. Makes it look easy.
Shea gave it right back to him. Wallace on the reverse, no good. Shea trying to keep it alive. As the lead continues to grow, as the Thunder has just flexed here in the second half. SGA stayed down the ball fake. Toppin gives it up to Walker, and Walker off the catch. As SGA looks over toward Mark Daignault, looking for some instruction here on this particular possession. Outside now, Joe trying to get to the three-point, makes and does!
Shea just recognizing, caught his man watching the paint dry by looking at him.
Tough drive. Buckets here at the rim to start off the fourth quarter scoring for the Pacers.
It's been their offense. He's a terrific young player. Not only can shoot the three, but can drive the basketball.
Thunder setting up a ton of in-rhythm threes.
And a unique individual, folks.
And another 30-point game for SGA, who leads the NBA in those. Did so last year as well. Long rebound, tracked down by Joe. As the Pacers just have not been able to slow this offensive uprising. And it was the Pacers, Michael, in that third quarter, they wanted to get up and down, and the Thunder took complete advantage. The Pacers just have not been able to keep up. They've been misfiring from three.
Well, they really flipped the script on them in terms of what they want to do. Get out in transition, spread you out, and knock down shots. That's exactly what the Thunder is doing. And Shea, once again, finding guys. So unselfish with the basketball. Pacers had guys up the floor.
Pacers had numbers, and the three in the corner by Bryant. But he to go into the jam, it's almost automatic.
Well, a lot of times you don't expect it. He just all of a sudden does it, man, because he's so quiet out there. But he has such a big game that speaks very loudly.
That time Wallace got down low, but Shepard with a recovery block. As Shea matched up on Toppin. Little step back three action, and SGA puts it in.
Wow, that's just beautiful basketball.
33 on the night for SGA. With 37 the last time these two teams met. As Shepard steps behind the line. Caruso cuts in, takes a little bump, and gets the bounce off the back of the rim. You see in transition.
That's what we talked about, Park. How many times have we said that tonight?
Pistons, the Pacers, Michael, they're just not getting back on defense.
It's just, quick strike. This is what the Pacers normally do to teams. You know about a team that a couple of nights ago in Washington put up 162 points in regulation. They had 83 at halftime.
Carlson back out to Caruso. Leonard shot it extremely well from downtown. at 50%. Carlson getting minutes with all those injuries, Michael, to the five-spot players. As O.J. Will, Hartenstein goes out. You got big minutes from Kenrich, and Carlson getting minutes throughout. There's the exact same play.
Even though he's the NBA's leading scorer, folks, he's got 7 assists. He's not.
Away. A little confusion.
Kudos to the Thunder for really a stack quarter. You brought up players like Kenrich Williams out of 6 minutes to go here, but you lose.
Or
you had Kenrich at the 5 spot, and it seems like everybody has had a moment in this game. This guy with the basketball, the bucket.
J-Dub just hit the accelerator in the second half, and how about Lou Dort? Another.
That was a moon ball, partner. I had to wait for that one to come down, but man, it sure is pretty.
They come from the clouds when he let.
Love it. Lou Dort. He's not just a defender, folks, even though he's just terrific. Best on-ball defender by far in the association. But man, he's got some offense too.
Once again, doing a great job defensively, as he has done all season long. Michael, the defense, when he goes up against an opposing team's best player, that player typically is not having a big night.
Yeah, and most players will admit that too. You know, what's the toughest on-ball defender is DPOY, folks. We call that.
Rushes Lou up to the table as well, and he knows that look. He knows when Lou Dort's on it.
You know what? He takes a lot of. I'm going to protect the house, and his house is out there on that.
His rookie year, when he was called upon, he was a two-way player, undrafted at Arizona State, and he got that early assignment on James Harden. And then Billy Donovan gave him another assignment on guys like Damian Lillard and all those other good offensive players. That's what he's been doing since those early minutes that he got in his career.
You know what? The guy keeps his head down, and he does the same thing every night. Just shows up, rolls up his sleeve, puts his hard hat on, and with his lunch bills in his hand, folks, and he goes to work. It's a tough finish by Dylan Jones there.
Now Rick Carlisle, the Pacers, capitulating a few minutes ago by bringing in some of those bench players as the Thunder opened this game up in the third quarter. As Joe got caught in the clogged lane. This Indiana team came in playing so well. Winners of 6 of 7, 8 out of 10. Trying to gain even more traction in the Eastern Conference, Michael, but this was an absolute second half explosion once again by the Thunder to open this game up.
A total team effort, no doubt about it. Thunder done a good job of just, you never know that you're going to not have your front line. You knew you didn't have Jay Will, you knew you didn't have Chet Holmgren, but you didn't know you'd lose your starting center in Hartenstein at halftime. He didn't play at all in the second half.
And one of the guys who did step up, Kenrich Williams, who's logging at this point almost 25 minutes and 10 points coming from the clouds.
Well, early in the first half, if you remember, and they were trying to stop the Thunder from driving the basketball. How do you flush them out? You got to go to your next best thing, that aerial assault. It was at the hands of Lou Dort, your top defender. I thought he was just played a fantastic game tonight, all around.
Did not commit a foul. You had Halliburton momentarily connect on some threes, but never did you feel like he was the impact player that he can be. As Jones running, leaning, and no good on the layup attempt. Shepard pulls, no good. Nice step out by Flagler over to Kenrich Williams.
So the Thunder, you talk about how they've been able to crack the code on a lot of different teams that they've had to play against here in the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've done it with defense, they've done it with three-point shooting, they've done it with attacking the paint, and they've done it with just controlling the pace of the game, which is the storyline for the Thunder tonight. I thought they just, I've been waiting to say this, outpaced the Pacers tonight. I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, I'm not a comedian.
Certainly in that third quarter, Michael, when it just turned into end-to-end basketball. Almost invariably, every single possession is foul line. And here he is. A nice little alley-oop set up by Kenred Charleston to get a little flash in there.
And you remember, he came in the game early in that first half, too, because the Thunder only had one big man tonight prior to losing Hartenstein at halftime. So kudos to Mr. Carlson. He's just playing the game on ready.
And Shepard, it will likely be some of the final points of this game. The Thunder are going to be able to run this down. Not quite all the way out, but the crowd here inside Paycom Center going to enjoy the fight. Going to run out this clock. And Mark Daignault and Rick Carlisle. Little handshake at center court as it is win number